Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video, we are going to talk about what is SFDX, and then we are going to install SFDX into our machine, either a Windows PC or a Mac PC. So let's quickly start with the introduction of our Salesforce DX. So SFDX is stand for Salesforce Developer Experience, and this particular tool SFDX has been developed by Salesforce team itself in order to streamline the entire Salesforce development lifecycle. How they are streamlining this Salesforce development lifecycle is like they have provided different ways for developing the Salesforce components, and then your architect is going to decide what kind of methodology or what kind of approach you wanted to go in order to start with the development. So I will not go into the deep on the development side, but I'll just give you the brief introduction. Like they have got Scratch org enablement, where you can create Scratch org, which are very short-lived Salesforce sandboxes, maximum of 30 days. You can use those sandboxes to develop, and then you can test the changes there, and then you can deploy to your developer sandbox, then hire sandbox environment, and then at the end you can go to the production environment. Using Salesforce DX is also going to improve the collaboration between the teams, because now you are using Salesforce DX, then you are using some other agile methodologies as well. You have the ability to do the automation testing using some Salesforce SFDX commands. You can also implement continuous integration with the help of Salesforce DX. When we say that continuous integration, that means you are developing the changes, you are developing a user story, you have completed, you can quickly promote those user stories to the new sandboxes like test, you can say UAT, you can say hotfix, you can say production, like that you can do all those things. Here are few things that I have listed down that you can do using SFDX is you have got Salesforce development, you've got Salesforce deployment, which is what we are going to take here in this course. Then we have got package development, this is also we will see. Then we have got CI/CD. So the bottom three we are going to take into this course, and Salesforce development we will see very small parts, or we can say will not touch the Salesforce development part. So that is about a very basic introduction of your Salesforce DX. We also can say that Salesforce DX, SFDX is very known, or we can say that very common term that you can hear between the developers. Now let's quickly see how we can install this SFDX into our machine. So to download the SFDX, what you need to do is just go to the Google or any browser that you are using, just type SFDX download, and the very first link that you need to do, that is what you need to open. If you don't want to open this, you can say that developer.salesforce.com, and then what you need to do is you say that you just need to use tools and then /SFDX CLI. This is the URL that you can use, but I'll always prefer the first way where you can go and then Google it, so that we don't get into the problem of typos. There might be some typo. So you will open this URL, you will see here you have got different operating systems. I'm using Windows, that's why it is by default selected Windows, and I can download whatever my bits of my system are, either 64 or 32. If you are using Mac OS, you can select Mac OS. If you are using Linux, you can select Linux. So I'll just go ahead and download for the Windows 64-bit. That's what my system is. So I'll just go ahead. I'll say now I'm going to download this. So this is a very small setup, approx 40 MBs. Even that is what the setup is. So now you can see that the setup has been downloaded. Now if you wanted to install it, definitely we have to install this. So what we will do is let's wait for this to be completed. Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll just go to show in folder. So this is the setup that you will see, SFDX-X64. To install this, what you need to do is just double click like you install the other softwares. I'm sure you all are familiar. You might see the windows like this. Just go ahead and click on yes. Now here you can see it is saying that SFDX CLI, the latest version, which is 7.1 102.0. Then you have got setup path, and then add local app data. So what you need to do is just make sure that you are adding, like you are checking all these checkboxes, so that you don't need to check the path into the system. click on next, it will ask what is your location. Okay, so you can see it is saying that C program files SFDX. If you want to install it some other location, like you don't have enough space on your directive C, you have some other directives like E or D or F or any other directive that you have, you can browse from here and then you need to click on install. I've already installed this software, so I'm not going to install it, but it will take approx 5 to 10 minutes to install the software into your system. Once you are done with the installation, just go ahead and reboot your system in order to take SFDX CLI into the consideration, or we can say that in order to make the effect of Salesforce CLI into your system, please reboot the system. Once you are done with the reboot system, what next you need to do is just press the hotkeys window.or for Windows. It is going to open the command prompt. For the macOS, you need to search for the terminal and just go ahead and click on open the terminal. So this is for Windows. The terminal will look like different. Might be some white background color or the color combination that you have chosen. First thing that we need to do is we need to check either the SFDX has been installed or not. So you can just go ahead and type SFDX, hit enter, and it is going to show you some list of commands that you can use here. So if you see here, it is saying that Salesforce CLI, this is the version, whatever the current version we have got for Salesforce CLI, Windows 32, 64. Then we have got Node.js, which is the latest 14.15. These are some commands like alias, auth, config, force, plugins. We'll talk about all these, few of them, few of these commands, not all commands. If you want to have the version properly, you can say sfdx-v. It is again going to show you the version of your Salesforce DX. You might not see this Node.js. Why I am saying this? Because the installation of Salesforce DX was done in a different way in my system. That's why you might not see this. If you see some error like saying SFDX is not recognized as internal or external command, this problem you might face in your Windows, not in Mac or Linux. So what you need to do is you just need to go to your C drive. Just go to the C drive, go to program files. Remember what was the location it was choosing? It was choosing program files. You need to find your folder. Here you will find your folder called SFDX. Suppose that you got SFDX and then find the path to bin. Just copy this. What next you need to do is from the Windows search for environment variable. So once you will search for environment, you will see edit the system environment variable. Just select that. It is going to open this interface. Click on environment variables and you will see a environment variable called path. Just double click on that and add your CLI bin path here. You can see this is what I have already added. So if you see, it is saying program file Salesforce bin. So you need to add the folder up to here. Once you are done, again reboot the system, or without rebooting, just go there, exit your command prompt, run the command prompt again, and then see if you are able to see the version of your Salesforce DX. If you are still not able to see the version of Salesforce DX, please feel free to contact me and I will help you there. So this is all about this video, like what SFDX is and how you can set up the SFDX CLI into your machines. So we will meet you into the next videos. Thank you.